Hi there. Yeah, see this here lemon tree behind me? I started it from a seed out of a lemon, probably about 3 years ago. If you're wondering why it doesn't have any lemons or flowers, it's because there aren't any lemons, other lemon trees to go along with it, and doesn't have any friends. So I figured I'd just make a little video and show you how I did that. All right, now the first step in this is to obviously get the seeds out of the lemon and then soak it in the Nectar for the Gods Zeus juice. What this is just enzymatically digested, full power, which is essentially folic acid. And what that will do is help dissolve the husks. And it's also got a little bit of seaweed extract in there. And that has gibberellic acid, which will in turn kind of help stimulate the seed growth. So the first step is to just get them out of the seed, get the seeds out of the lemon, and just soak them in some water with maybe a couple drops of that in there. Now what you don't want to do is immediately cut the lemon like this, because if you look, okay, I immediately just ruined that seed, ruin that seed, ruin that seed, ruin that seed. I might be able to dig through here and see if I can find some lemon seeds in here that aren't going to be destroyed. I'll show you another method that you can use. Might be one in there. And definitely get quite a few lemons, because a lot of these lemons today are seedless and they don't really have anything. So here would probably be a better method, would be just kind of peel the outer layer off a little bit. You have to get in there with a knife. Okay, this might be a better way. Just kind of trace the ends off a little bit. Oh, I think I might have gotten lucky there. Just be very careful. Oh, this smells nice. Man, my garbage disposal is gonna be smelling nice after this. So you essentially just kind of peel the lemon. Oh, I can feel one. If you look at these lemons, they have kind of this outer husk there. That is to keep the lemon seed from germinating inside the lemon. In nature, that has to rot off, and then moisture can get inside and in turn start the germination process. So I'm just gonna take my thumbnail and just, this is very tedious and you're probably gonna mess a couple up. I know I have. And just peel it off. Just be very patient, very easy. Up, see it peeling off there? And it's kind of slimy and you can't get. Okay, so after you've had your seeds soak overnight in the Zeus juice solution, just drain them off. Be careful not to spill the seeds out like I've done here. Now, what I generally do is start them in between a paper towel that I'll show you earlier. But first thing, I'll need to make the solution that I do. So first thing I get is, say, a half-gallon jug of water, and then I add a pinch of vitamin C crystals, and this is just ascorbic acid, and yeah, maybe like just a pinch in there, not much. You don't need much. Shake it up, let it sit for maybe 15 to 30 minutes with the lid off, and that will dechlorinate it, because the first thing that we're gonna add is gonna be just the Real Growers Recharge, and I did put it in a different container. This is so much easier to work with in a container like this. So definitely keep any OxyClean containers or ice cream containers, because they're great to be repurposed if you run into any gardening products that have crappy containers, and there's tons out there, we know it. But an excellent product though, excellent. What this is it's just mycorrhizal fungi, and that's gonna be beneficial. It's also got trichoderma in there as well. And that will help protect the newly sprouted seed from any kind of pathogens and funguses like permethrium and root rot. It also has seaweed extract, which has gibberellic acid in there, like I mentioned earlier. And that will help stimulate the seed growth. So we'll be adding, a half gallon. I would just add half a teaspoon. Next up on the list is SLF 100. What this is, and is an enzyme product, and it's very beneficial for starting seeds because it has the ability to make the endosperm of the seed more available to the seed itself. So essentially it can make the nutrients in the seed more available. This product is awesome as well. The reason I use this is it has tricantanol in it, which is an extract of barley, and that's just a natural growth stimulant. But first thing, now that I have dechlorinated this water, I've already added the vitamin C crystals, by the way, and just let it sit for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna have to check the pH. I'm gonna get my pH meter here, get it in the water. Okay, we're about 8.4. We want about somewhere between, say, 5.5 to 6, somewhere around there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, and here's a good pro tip. Take your pH up and your pH down and just put it in some contact lens solution bottles, and then that way it'll be so much easier to add. I need to go down a little bit. Just maybe add a drop or two. So you just start with just a little bit. It's very concentrated. Might take a second. 5.6. Okay, we're right at about 5. So literally that was just 2 drops of pH down, and I'm gonna have to use pH up now. Again, just be very careful with it. Maybe one very little bit. It does take a second after you kind of shake it up. I'm gonna add one more drop of pH up. Just to maybe 2. Keep in mind that the vitamin C is an acid, and it will kind of lower it down a little bit as well. Okay, I can work with that. That's fine. 6.3. It doesn't need to be right on the money, but try to get it somewhere, you know, 5.5 to maybe 6.5 at the highest. That's fine. So set that aside. I'm just doing a half teaspoon. If I was making a full gallon, I would do a full teaspoon of recharge. Just put that in there. And the funniest stuff with this, with recharge, is after you mix it up, it will look exactly like chocolate milk or iced tea. So mix that up. Add, for this, again, same amount, maybe half a teaspoon. So probably about 3 mils. You might not see this on the camera. So 2.5, 3 mils. If you do a little extra, it's not gonna hurt with the SLF 100. Now this stuff is very concentrated. You would probably only need about, it's 1 milliliter per gallon, but so this is a half gallon. So I would just do 1/2 milliliter. So like that amount. And I'm gonna put a link in the description for all of this stuff, because it would be pretty much impossible to find in a store. Give this a good shake.